battle against crime, the police have had to adapt. With more people moving into the city, it's important to find out potential criminals' identities quickly, and that's by fingerprinting. It used to be a long, drawn-out process using an ink and roller. Now the police have modernised and are using a mobile digital device called Ink on the Streets. Heading out from Church Street Station, PC Joseph and PC Mansville begin their patrol of Westminster. They spot a beggar.
Are you going to stop and speak to her?
Although she has an identity card, PC Joseph can't be sure she is who she says she is and checks out her credentials using the device.
How do you say your first name?
In the past, she would have been taken into custody, but a quick check and her credentials check out, she's then given a warning and let go.
There's a verbal warning, okay, from me to you. Okay, if I see you again. So a reason for an arrest is not knowing a person's name or address, and if we know that, then those reasons aren't there anymore, so we can deal with them by other means, either giving them paperwork there on the street or inviting them in for an interview, depending on what they've done.
The Ink device is used across the whole of the force, from neighbourhood patrols to the territorial support group. But there has to be a good reason to use it. Strict guidelines under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act state officers can only take prints without consent if they believe a person has committed or is attempting to commit an offence, or if they doubt a name given by the person is their real name.
We stopped a gentleman and he started off giving us a false name and address. Once he put a machine in, that's the truth, then he came back. It turned out he was wanted for quite a graphic GBH offence.
This case is one of many examples why the device has transformed the way officers work.
I'd like to see, ideally, sort of at least one device per sort of every pair of cops, basically, would be ideal.
More are coming, and it's not just on the streets where the benefits are seen, but also in taxpayers' pockets.
We recognise that every penny in policing counts, and we think we've saved around £500,000 by developing our own solution. We've seen a growth from 3,000 users to 9,000. We've put 550 devices out, and in the next few months, or certainly by the end of the year, we'll have put another 250 on top of that. We've seen a huge amount of usage by officers day in, day out.
The Traffic Operational Command Unit based out of Merton has roughly 140 officers and covers 8 London boroughs. The team share 10 Ink devices, and today PC Nash and PC Crittenden have one in their possession.
Pull in there for me, we'll pull behind you, need to have a quick chat about your car.
Straight out of the base, they pull over a car that doesn't have insurance.
Is this your vehicle? No, so my colleague.
But the computer has him registered as the owner.
So this here is the Ink device we hold.
His prints are then taken to see if his identity matches that on his ID card. It does.
Lovely.
But he'll be fined for driving without insurance and MOT.
The vehicle's relatively good condition from what I can gather, but we can't do more than really a basic roadside test at this level. So provided he can get an MOT booked now, then he'll be authorised to drive the vehicle to that pre-booked MOT.
Then the team are off again. As the only unit in the area with an Ink, they've been asked to drive 50 minutes over to Embankment to help with a traffic stop. As soon as PC Nash arrives, the device is used to check the insurance out on a moped driver.
It could be a traffic offence of riding a vehicle with not the correct insurance.
The check comes back, and it turns out this driver doesn't have the right paperwork. PC Nash will leave the other officers to deal with him as he moves on.
All right, all the best, take care. Are used for people to establish identity and any immigration status, so any moving traffic offences, they will be put on the Ink device to enhance or confirm their identity and to see if they're any wanted, missing or in their immigration status. You have the results in under 2 minutes.
Officers have been really receptive. We've gone from having about 4,000 to 5,000 people using the legacy device. We've now got 9,000 officers and increasing daily using this device. So far in the last year we've taken 26,000 fingerprints on the device, of which nearly 12,000 were a positive match.
The device is linked to national and international databases, but nothing remains on the device itself. Once a print is checked, it's deleted.
Ethical usage of biometrics is really important to the Met. We've appeared before ethical panels, we follow a whole load of rules, and we make sure that people's human rights are complied with. To date, we've used this device thousands and thousands of times, and we've not had a single complaint.
The two-finger device has saved time on the road, but it's also being used in custody suites. It gives officers the chance to quickly find out detainees' details and then deal with them as necessary.
Okay, madam, I'm just going to take your fingerprints. I want your left index finger first. This one here, please. Don't resist, please. Thank you. You know, we've had it here 6 to 8 months, and it's been invaluable already. People are really buying into it. You know, it's not just a gimmick. It's not just a toy. People actually realise that it's really useful, and it does save us a lot of time. We can immediately start getting that person the right sort of help they need, whether it be medical help of some sort, the mental health side of things, which therefore we can use this to help address those issues early, as opposed to waiting the 6, 8, 12 hours, whatever it might be, for someone to calm down enough for us to deal with.
Although the two prints can establish identity, the law states that when an individual is arrested, they will have all 10 prints and palms, photographs and DNA taken to search against national and international databases. A search will confirm who the individual is, identify any previous convictions and compare their details against marks left at crime scenes. Brixton is one of 23 custody suites in the Met area. They all have one live scan machine to take prints and palms. It's a huge, cumbersome piece of technology, and when cells are full, waiting times to get processed can take more than 2 hours. Now, a portable version of the live scan device has been created. When fully developed, the hope is that officers will no longer have to travel to custody suites to process individuals, saving time and money.
We're looking at a mobile 10-print fingerprint solution, which will not just search against fingerprints, but actually capture and enrol them, which we've developed. It's a proof of concept at the moment. For this demonstration, we're going to do is fingerprints only, and then we just go capture. Right finger flat, and even the machine guides you through this, and then that is the finished product.
It'll give a much better hit rate of identifying people. I can see it running alongside the live scan machines we use for our normal printing systems by linking onto the Interpol database and so on, which is all part of the future plans. So I think it's going to be invaluable.
Changes in legislation will need to happen before the new mobile 10 print and palm device can be fully rolled out. But when it gets the go-ahead, the Met Police plans to house some devices in locations around the city.
We're going to have key sites around the Metropolitan Police area where we'll have these devices. We are looking at capturing prints from individuals there and then to identify them. We want a national solution if we can.
The ambition is for the Met to be at the forefront of biometric technology, rolling out their devices nationally and revolutionising the way officers deal with offenders on the streets.
Do you know, I'm really excited to have the product that my team have developed in 5 separate forces being used day in, day out. It's a really great thing.